Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Continuing with the pleasant, slightly below average conditions as we move through the beginning of the week this week. We'll see an onshore breeze today, and we'll start to see things try to warm back up as we go into the later portion of the week, but still continuing with these nice conditions as we move through the opening of our week. So we take a look at the current surface analysis. We have high pressure still in control over the area, centered to the north of the region. That's continuing to funnel in that onshore flow. It's helping to keep those cooler temperatures. We'll bring some cloud cover around the area today. Very slight chance we see an isolated shower around the area. That will mainly be off to the west if that does occur. But nonetheless, should see another nice and quiet weather day ahead. Our current conditions this morning, seeing a few clouds at 3,000 feet, broken deck at 20,000 feet. Winds out of the north-northwest at around 6 knots, temperature 61 degrees, relative humidity is at 86%. Looking at the current visible satellite, we can see some low-layer clouds, mainly off the coast at this time. Do expect some of that to fill in as we move into the daytime hours today, and seeing some faint higher clouds at that 20,000 foot level moving across. As mentioned, we'll see some clouds building in as we move through the day today, likely mostly cloudy at times during the daytime hours, and then we'll see a decrease in clouds once again as we go into the evening. We'll take a look at our high resolution model for the next 12 to 18 hours. We'll see, as mentioned, mainly dry conditions, a slight onshore breeze as we move through the day today. We'll see those daytime clouds developing, and this model is particularly the most bullish with that chance of an isolated light shower popping up during the later portion of the afternoon. Again, does look like that would be off to the west of the Wallops area, so just in the vicinity, but as far as any precip here at Wallops or at the island, looking fairly unlikely. And again, this is the more bullish models. A lot of models not really showing as much in the way of activity popping up, so that possibility will be there, although fairly minimal. And if we zoom over, transfer over to the European model here as we continue through the next couple days, we will continue to see fairly similar conditions as we move into the day on Wednesday, maybe a degree or two warmer, still a bit of an onshore breeze. And then as we go overnight Wednesday into Thursday, we'll see those winds start to shift more subtly ahead of a boundary that will be approaching the area late on Thursday. And we will actually see some fairly breezy conditions on Thursday out of the south, and that will bring in some slightly milder air with those temperatures getting back into the 80s for our Thursday. But right now it looks like that boundary will approach and push through the area later in the evening time frame, well after the close of business. And right now looking like mainly a dry frontal passage with most of the precip off to the northwest, but we will have a slight chance at this time of seeing maybe a shower or storm try to push through the area. But overall, things looking mainly dry with that frontal passage Thursday evening. So our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, looking at green conditions for the next 24 hours. We do have that slight chance of a shower in the vicinity starting at 12 and continuing about 20 local today. Again, just a slight chance, maybe a 10 to possibly 15% chance of that occurring, and that does look more likely to occur off to our west. We'll see our high temperature up around 75 degrees today. We'll see winds picking up out of the northeast, peaking around 8 to 13 knots, and we'll see some cumulus clouds building in right around 3,000 feet for much of the day today, and we'll see those start to dissipate as we lose that daytime heating, moving into the evening time frame. Seeing fairly clear skies as we move through the overnight time frame. We'll see those winds lighten up out of the north around 3 to 8 knots. That will allow those temperatures to cool down to around 59 degrees, which is below average for this time of year as we continue with those cooler than average temperatures, and seeing those tides running slightly above normal. Wednesday, we'll see a partly cloudy day, fairly similar to what we'll see today, with a bit maybe less in the way of clouds. Maybe a very slight chance once again of an isolated light sprinkle or shower, but again, not looking too likely. Just another pleasant day with a high around 77 degrees with green conditions for our weather risk. That will continue into Wednesday evening with partly cloudy conditions continuing. We'll see that low around 62 degrees. And then Thursday, we see partly cloudy conditions and once again, and we'll see those breezy conditions start to pick up, particularly later in the day will be the best chance of seeing a wind advisory, as we do have that yellow risk for winds at or above 25 knots, and we'll start to see those temperatures back above 80 degrees for our Thursday as that front starts to approach later in the evening time frame. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.